Okay, so this is a picture from Calcutta, India, of people digging through the trash to find what they need to survive. And if you're like me, you see images like this. I first saw this in the movie Baraka, and you feel compassion for people who are living in poverty in the developing world. But what we don't always see as clearly is that we have people living in poverty right here in our own communities. So I come from San Francisco, and every single night I hear people outside my window digging through the trash to find cans and food. In the morning, I walk through the Powell BART station, and the hallways are literally lined with people. Some of them are sick or injured and need medical attention, and some of them just need a place to rest. They have nowhere else to go. The shelters in San Francisco are completely full. And so in San Francisco, we have over 7,000 homeless people. Here in New York, there are over 100,000, and 40,000 of those are children. Across the country, 3.5 million Americans experience homelessness each year. And beyond that, 46 million live below the poverty line, which is $23,000 a year for a family of 4. So, when we do see these problems, they seem so big and complex that we often don't know what to do or where to start. So I'm going to tell you guys the story of my starting point, what that's turned into, and some of the reflections that I have on this experience. So it started about 1.5 years ago on a really cold night in San Francisco, and it's cold in San Francisco when we actually put on gloves. And I was walking down the street when I saw a woman sleeping on the sidewalk with only a thin blanket protecting her from the ground. And we see homeless people every day, but something about that sight really hit me. And I asked myself, why? Why in a society with so much wealth, so much innovation and new technology, and such deep compassion, why do we still have people sleeping on our streets at night? And I wondered why I could pull my phone out of my pocket, push a button, and order an Uber or order dinner, but I couldn't do something right there in that moment to help that woman. So as I crossed the street, I made a commitment to myself to do one thing, just one small thing. And I want to invite all of you right now. I know so many of you are doing incredible work, but I want to invite you, if it feels right, to make one small commitment to do something to help people living in poverty here as well. So after that, I started brainstorming ideas with my friend Zach over brunch one day, and he totally surprised me by saying, "Rose, if you get this all set up, I'll build it for you." I don't think he knew what he was getting himself into when he said that, and quite frankly, neither did I. But last August, Zach and I launched Hand Up, which is a crowdfunding platform for homeless people and other neighbors in need. And through our site, you can make safe street and web donations that go directly to specific people in need, and 100% of the funds go toward basics like food, medical care, and housing. This is a shot of our site that's live at handup.us. Hope you guys will visit our site. And this is one of our members. His name is Rodney. And Rodney is a wheelchair dancer, and he became homeless about 1 year ago when he got laid off from his job. And Rodney signed up for Hand Up through one of our partner organizations called Project Homeless Connect. And he got a profile and a stack of donation request cards that he could give to people in his community or friends or family. And the cards have a link to Rodney's profile. And when someone visits his profile, they can read more about his life. They can watch a video of him dancing. I mean, it's really cool. They can send messages, so you can actually message Rodney and he can write you back from his feature phone. And you can also make a donation directly to him. So after Rodney signed up, in a couple weeks, he raised funds to get his wheelchair repaired and also to get a small laptop so he could go online and look for work just like you and I can. I often talk to people about basic needs, and I include food, medical care, housing, and technology. And sometimes people raise their eyebrows at me, but yes, we do see technology as a basic, very important need. So how does this help? So Hand Up, brings resources directly to the people who need them the most. That's pretty obvious from what I just described. But we also help build a connection between our members and their case managers so that they can get connected with other services and benefits that already exist. We also help build a support network that might not exist for a lot of our members. Sometimes that's from new people in the community, and sometimes it's helping to build relationships with friends and family that they've gotten out of touch with. So one thing that makes Hand Up different is that we're actually a for-profit. We are a technology company with a highly scalable business model. And we believe that the more revenue we can generate, the bigger the impact we can have. We also believe that our social mission is the key to our success, which is why we incorporated as a public benefit corporation. And some of you might have heard of the Public Benefit Corporation before, but it's a new type of corporate entity. It's now passed in 24 states across the country. And being a for-profit has given us a lot of advantages to help us get off the ground. One of them is that it helped us get into an early stage startup incubator, which is Tummel. At that time, we had a prototype and an idea. Early stage incubators are standard in the tech community and made a huge, huge difference for our growth. It also helped us get truly early stage seed funding from an angel investor that believed in our mission. We didn't need a 60-page business plan or years of metrics. We were able to get early stage funding that helped us get off the ground right away. And I think these tools are really important. These are tools that our traditional tech companies use to grow and scale, and we need to apply those to our social entrepreneurs as well. Okay, so this probably looks familiar. This is the future. And I like to remind people that when we think of the future, we think of self-driving cars, we think of AI. But if you notice in this picture, even in this kind of stereotypical image of the future is also green, and the future is free from poverty and violence. And we need to start seeing our social entrepreneurs and our social and civic innovations as futuristic and apply the same powerful tools that we're using in the high-tech realm to solving some of our social problems as well. So quick thank you to Tummel and Netroots Foundation and some of our other supporters. And just want to close by saying that everybody here knows what it feels like to walk past someone on the street and want to help them and not know how. Hand Up is just one example of a technology solution to this problem. And I want to invite all of you to visit our site at handup.us and help someone up, or to do one thing or one other thing to help people who are living in poverty here in the US. So thank you so much, and if you guys have any questions for me, I'd love to chat with you after.